It's time again for the Science Bowl.
Zoo Parade for 5. What big teeth a hippo has are actually a pair of these. Science Potpourri for 10. Would a snake most likely eat every day? Every week, Dateline Science for 10. Why are some elephants wearing necklaces these days? Green things for 15.
And now, here's your host, Mr. Z himself, Dave Zarin.
Thank you and welcome to the Science Bowl, the science quiz program here in the Prince George's Schools where we test scientific literacy. Play along today and test your own. Today we have two outstanding elementary schools playing our game. Let's meet them right now. First from Bladensburg Elementary School, would you say hello to Justin Flores, Lauren Santel, and Daniel Romero. And from Ridgecrest Elementary School, here are Cheryl Blackwell, Reddy Denbu, and Andrea Lopez Campos. And now here are the categories of questions we use on the Science Bowl.
Okay, Mr. Z, here's today's categories. Green things, questions about plants and all things green and growing. Zoo Parade, a Noah's Ark of questions about animals. Body systems, we'll see how much you know about yourself, about things like breathing and growing and digesting your food. Let's get physical. Questions that test your knowledge of physics and chemistry, earth science and space science. Then there's Science Potpourri. Here's a grab bag of science questions, everything from air pollution to the kitchen sink. And finally, Dateline Science. We'll ask you about science history and science in the news.
And here on the Science Bowl, we arrange our questions according to question difficulty, with the easier questions on the left worth 5 and 10 points, tougher ones worth 15, 20, and ultimately 25, the toughest of them all. Both of our teams start out at 50 points apiece. No penalties ever for incorrect answers. At the end of the 2 rounds today, one of these 2 talented, good-looking teams will come back to play our game again and perhaps advance to the semifinal eliminations. We started the year with 40 elementary schools. We will end with a Final 4. Let's go over and make sure everything works properly before we start. Let's go to that red team. And Lauren, would you try that buzzer? Good. It looks and sounds good. Good luck to you, to Daniel, and to Justin. And Reddy, how about the green teams? It also looks and sounds good. Good luck to you, to Andrea, and to Cheryl. Are you ready to do this? You look a little nervous over there. I want to see some smiles over there. We're going to have some fun today. We go alphabetically. B comes before R, so Bladensburg and Lauren, you get to choose first. Go ahead.
Zoo Parade for 15 points.
Zoo Parade for 15 points. Teams, if an animal is a pachyderm, like an elephant or a rhinoceros, it means, the name pachyderm means it has a thick what? It has a thick what, Bladensburg?
Tusk.
What?
Tusk.
Tusk, not a tusk, no. And good guess, though. Elephants and rhinos are considered pachyderms because they have thick what, Reddy?
Thick skin.
Skin, exactly right. Yeah, because you know you go to a dermatologist for your skin, so derm is a word that always signals skin. Nice answer. Go green.
Body systems for 10, please.
Body systems for 10. Teams, in the movie Castaway, the actor Tom Hanks was all by himself on an island, and imagine this, he got a terrible toothache. So he found an ice skate, he put it in his mouth, and he popped out a tooth that was abscessed. What M initial tooth did he remove, Ridgecrest?
Molars.
A molar. He took a molar. Imagine what that was like. No Novocaine, but there was no dentist around. Good answer. Go green.
Let's get physical for 5.
Physical for 5 points. Teams, your question is as follows. If you know hockey, you know that the Tampa Bay hockey team in the NHL is known as the Lightning. Whereas in Oklahoma City, the basketball team is known not as the Lightning, but this that often goes with lightning. Bladensburg?
Thunder.
Thunder, yes, indeed. The Oklahoma City Thunder. Thank you, Justin, for your help there. Go, Lauren. Good.
Zoo Parade for 10 points.
Zoo Parade for 10. Teams, what slang term for money is a bivalve? Also, the same word you can use if you want someone to shut up. You say blank up. What animal, what bivalve could you use? What you think? A bivalve means 2 shells. Clam up, or give me 50 clams. Try again, red.
Pass it to Justin.
Let's get physical for 10 points.
Let's get physical for 10 points. All right, teams. You know, when you open a bag of potato chips, there's a gas inside that keeps those potato chips very fresh. It escapes. If you take that same gas and you freeze it, you can do what Bill Nye does. You can take a banana and put it inside that gas, and it gets solid, and it will shatter like glass. Name that gas, Ridgecrest. What you got?
Oxygen?
Not oxygen. Good try. Bladensburg, what gas is it?
Nitrogen?
Nitrogen, exactly right. Yes, indeed. That's why when you open a bag of potato chips, boy, it goes stale pretty fast because that nitrogen got out. But liquid nitrogen, indeed. Be very careful when you use it. Good playing. 65 to 75 advantage red. Go.
I'm sorry.
That's okay.
Pass it to Daniel.
Actually, would you tell Lauren, because we're kind of focused on her as the captain? Justin, tell Lauren what you want to do. Go ahead.
Dateline science for 10 points.
Dateline for 10 points. All right, teams. Leonardo da Vinci, a very famous artist, but also a great scientist. He studied astronomy, he studied anatomy, and he also studied something called hydrodynamics, which was all about what basic element that we use every day. Ridgecrest?
Water?
Water, yeah, water. Andre, you're right on the ball over there. Good playing. Go. Ready.
Let's get physical for 15.
Physical for 15 points. Teams, what D, initialed word, means a seed that hasn't sprouted yet, an inactive volcano, or a reptile? Ridgecrest.
Dormant?
Dormant it is. Yes, she's going dormant, dormant, dormant. She knew it. She knew it. Good. So something is like hibernating. It is dormant. Good answer. Go green.
Body system for 15.
Body systems for 15 points is a visual question. All of you look at the monitor in the studio, please. This is Tiny Tim from Charles Dickens' A Christmas Carol. And whenever you see Tiny Tim, he's always got a crutch because we think he suffered from a disease called rickets. Rickets is caused when you don't get enough vitamin what? Vitamin what can often, the lack of it can lead to rickets. What vitamin, Lauren? Give me a letter.
C.
Again?
Vitamin C.
Not vitamin C. Good try. Ridgecrest, a lack of what vitamin can lead to rickets?
Vitamin A.
D. D is what we're looking for. Good try. Go again, green.
Body system for 5.
Body system for 5 points. Teams, if you're in a tough situation, boy, it is tough. You might be hanging on by these, which sometimes get manicured. Lauren?
Your toes.
Not your toes. Good try.
Your nails.
Your nails. You're hanging on by your fingernails. You know, those cartoons, you know, you're up there. That's a saying. Good. Go green. Nice try, Lauren.
Dateline science for 5.
Dateline science for 5 points. Be careful. Be careful. The Baltimore checker spot has on its wings the same colors as the Maryland state flag, meaning that that creature is our state's official what? Ridgecrest.
Reptile.
Not reptile. The Baltimore checker spot has the same color on, listen to me guys, listen to me, has the same color on its wings as the colors on the Maryland state flag, meaning the Baltimore checker spot is Maryland's official state what? What you think?
Restaurant. Restaurant.
I can't hear what you're saying.
Restaurant.
No. Remember, it's on its wings. It's an insect. It's a butterfly. It's a butterfly. Okay, we've come to the end of the first round. Bladensburg, you have 65, and Ridgecrest, you're at 105, and the second half is right ahead. Don't go away. We'll be right back. And welcome back to Scienceville. Thank you for spending part of your day with us. You know, we have been around for 34 years. We have seen so many students come through here. Some of our former players are now teachers in the school system here. Many of them gone on to scientific careers, so we hope this is a launching pad for a wonderful rest of their school career and then beyond that too. Let's go over and talk to the team from Bladensburg. And Lauren, would you tell us a little bit about your school? Who's your principal?
Miss Dr. Williams.
Wonderful. And I know very proud of you for being here today. And who's your sponsor?
Miss Holmes and Mr. Johnson.
Mr. Holmes and Miss Johnson, they are out there in the other room. They're cheering for you, even though we can't hear them right now. And I know they've both worked long and hard to get you ready to be here today. Do you have any alternates? I think I saw 3 of them, right? What are their first names?
Sophia, Bernice, and Marco.
Wonderful. You did good. They were waiting to hear their names. We're going to bring them out in a few moments here. Tell me something about Bladensburg that you think everybody at home should know. Something really neat about your school.
The teachers there are very helpful, and the students don't get in a lot of trouble. They're nice, and it's just a great place to be.
It's a wonderful commercial. And you know, if you're not getting into trouble, if you're doing what you're supposed to, that's a tribute to you and also to the great teachers. And if it's a very nice place to go, then you want to get up every morning and go there because it's an approachable place and they're looking out for you. Thank you for that, Lauren. Tell me about yourself. What do you do in your spare time?
In my spare time, I practice for my chorus songs and I study for the science bowl.
Wonderful. Well, I know you prepared for this today and you're a good captain. Tell me what you want to do when you get older. Have you thought about that?
When I want to get older, I want to go to college, get my degree, and become a veterinarian and start my business.
What kind of business?
Well, I want to make a store for pet supplies, and I'm going to be a veterinarian, so.
You're going to complement each other. It sounds like a great plan, Lauren. Great plan. Daniel, welcome to the show. You're a 6th grader, right? You're the oldest guy there, right? You've got a 6th, a 5th, and a 4th grader here. Why'd you want to do this, Daniel?
I like science, and I wanted to learn new things and try out new things.
Yeah, and you know, this is not easy. It takes courage to do this. You know, you've never done it before, and you're testing out, you know, how well you're going to do. So I admire you and everybody here for doing that. What do you want to do someday, Daniel?
I want to be an IT corporate.
Really? Why so?
Because I like messing around with technology.
Yeah, messing around with that's a good way to put it. Yeah, that's how science works. Messing around, trying things and see what works. Justin, you're a 4th grader, huh?
Yeah.
Yeah. What do you like to do in your spare time? You told me you were a baseball player, yeah?
Yeah, I like playing baseball.
Yeah. Would you like to be a professional baseball player someday?
No.
No. What would you like to do?
Probably be an archaeologist.
Archaeologist, wow. And go out and dig for artifacts and things?
Since I was young, I always liked digging.
Yeah. Well, that's what you would do professionally. They would pay you to dig. How about that? Wouldn't that be great? I like your spirit, Justin. Let's go over to Ridgecrest. Ready? Tell us about Ridgecrest. Who is your principal?
Our principal is Ms. Shipley.
Wonderful. And very much behind you today. I know you're big people on campus. I know everyone's rooting for you. Who's your coach?
Our coach is Mrs. Allred.
Yes, and she had come here as a judge previously to find out how all this worked, and I know she worked very hard. Rachel, thank you for all that you did. And tell me, any alternates on your team? First names.
We have Bertoni, Victoria, and Caleb.
Wonderful. And they're out there. They're your shadow team. They're waiting. Something about Ridgecrest that you like to brag about?
Ridgecrest is always talking to us about growth mindset. Mm-hmm. And we're not a greenhouse yet, but we're working on recycling.
Wow. Well, that's very important, you know, because our Earth is in peril right now. Climate change, and it's like the planet looks so big, but it really isn't. And we've got to be good custodians here. What would you like to do, Reddy, someday?
I would like to do business management.
Yes? Why so?
I don't know. I like money.
Listen, you have a lot of time to decide, but this is the time in your life when you're starting to get inklings about what you're good at and what you might want to spend a lot of time doing, because you're going to have to work for a long time. So you want to find something that you really want to get up in the morning and you feel that you're good at it. Yeah. Andrea, you know an awful lot about science. How do you know so much science?
I don't know.
She's just very humble. But you're obviously prepared to be here. What do you like to do in your spare time?
I like to eat Takis and play with my bunny.
Yeah, that's right. What's your bunny's name?
Bambi.
Bambi, yeah. And what's the food you like to eat with Bambi?
Takis.
Takis. And for people out there who don't know what it is, what is it?
It's a red rolled up tortilla chip.
Very nice.
That's really spicy.
Ah. And does Chase like these?
Chase?
Yeah. Does he eat it too?
I don't
No,
have
you're eating that and he's watching. Okay. Cheryl, nice to have you here. You know, you have something in common with Lauren over here because she wants to operate a veterinarian animal shop or something. And you have your own business in the making, right? Mm-hmm. What's it called?
Barks R Us.
And it's for dogs, right? Organic food for dogs, and it's going to be online?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, that's wonderful. You have pets at home?
This one.
What is it?
Chase.
Chase, okay. And Chase is a dog?
Yes.
Yeah, and what kind of dog?
A Yorkie.
Yorkie. Okay. Well, keep up your good work in the second half. Let's get back to it. Bladensburg 65, Ridgecrest 105. Lots of points to give away. Green team ready. Start us out.
Green things for 10.
Green things for 10 points. Teams, you know, when the leaves fall down in the fall and you rake them all up, you should mulch them, grind them all up, because they contain a fair amount of nitrogen, which is a good element, nutrient for the soil. In fact, you might say that if you spread it on the soil, it's like spreading what? What is that called when you put stuff on the soil to make things grow better? What's that stuff called, Lauren?
Fertilizer?
Yeah, that's it. Thank you, Dan. Fertilizer. You're making your own fertilizer. It's free. It dropped out of the sky. Go Red.
Zoo parade for 20 points.
Zoo parade for 20 points. Teams, apes like gorillas and orangutans and chimps and us, we have a coccyx bone, but none of us, even though we have a coccyx bone, have one of these. We don't have a what, Ridgecrest?
A tail.
A tail, that's right. Good answer. Good, go.
Zoo parade for 5.
Zoo parade for 5 points. Teams, they recently discovered a monkey in Borneo that they thought was extinct. They call it, because it has a color of black and white, they named it after this creature, this count, who used to bite people's necks and drink blood.
Dracula?
Lauren? Yeah, they call it the Dracula monkey. And when you look at it, it's like, yeah, it looks like Dracula. Go Red.
Green.
You're coming up. Good.
Green things for 15 points.
Green things for 15 points. Teams, when plants die, if they are buried and they stay buried for thousands of years under a lot of pressure with high humidity, eventually those plants turn into this kind of fossil fuel. Lauren?
Gasoline. Gasoline.
Not gasoline. Good try. I was about to finish for Ridgecrest. They turn into this kind of fossil fuel that can come in bituminous and anthracite varieties.
Oil.
No,
Oil.
coal. Coal is what we were looking for there. Go Red. Still you, Lauren.
Green things for 20 points.
Green things for 20. All right, Steve. Some botanists think, this is strange, they think that seeds actually have little mini brains in them that decide whether or not the seed should do this. Ready?
Germinate.
Germinate, yeah. Should I go for it? Is there be enough to keep me alive, or do I have to wait? Good answer. Go Green.
Body systems for 20.
Body systems, 20 points. Teams, your question is as follows. If you spell humerus, H-U-M-E-R-U-S, that's the bone in your arm. But if you spell it H-U-M-O-R, that's a joke, humor. But it's also the name of the fluid that you find inside these sense organs. The humor is a fluid found in what sense organs? For 20 points. All right, Lauren says we have nothing to lose. What sense organs? What do you think, Dan?
Pancreas?
Not your pancreas, good try. Sense organs, sense organs. Ridgecrest, the humor, liquid found in what sense organs?
Your hand.
Your eyes. Your eyes are filled with fluid. Go again, Green. 145 to 80. You're maintaining your lead. Lots of points still remaining. Go Green.
Potpourri for 10.
Potpourri for 10 points. Teams, respiratory rhinitis is the fancy way of describing this condition that in the winter none of us wants to get. It's called the
Flu.
Not the flu, Bladensburg. Respiratory rhinitis, AKA, is known as the common what?
Common cold.
Common cold, that's it. Daniel jumped right on that one. I liked your answer over there. Yeah, we don't want to get the flu either. Go Red.
Dateline science for 20 points.
Dateline science for 20 points. Recently, and this is very good news because a lot of your classmates probably are allergic to peanuts. You may be as well. Recently, they came up with the first ever treatment for peanut allergies. The group that did it was the FDA.
Oh.
Tell us, please, what FDA is, Bladensburg.
Federal Food Drug Administration.
That is it, Food and Drug Administration. Dan to the rescue. Good, Red, go.
Dateline science for 25 points.
Dateline science for 25 points. Teams, on September the 12th, 1992, Mae Jemison became the first African-American woman to do this. To do what, Ridgecrest?
To fly around space.
She went into space, absolutely right. Good, got yourself 25 points. Go Green.
Dateline has for 15.
Dateline for 15 points. Teams, the radioactive chemical element mendelevium has the same symbol as the postal code for Maryland. So what is that symbol, Ridgecrest?
I pass it to Andrea.
Well, Andrea? Go ahead.
Stars?
No. The chemical symbol for mendelevium, a chemical element, is the same as the postal code for where we live, Maryland. MD. MD. That's what it is. Mendelevium in Maryland, you abbreviate it MD when you put on an envelope. Landover, MD. Go green.
Science potpourri for 5.
Potpourri for 5 points. Teams, some people see things that aren't there. They look at the clouds and they see, like Andrea, maybe rabbits instead of clouds. Some people look at this nearby satellite and see the face of a man.
Man on
Lauren?
the moon. Man on the moon.
Man on the moon, that's right, yeah. And if you squint, yeah, he's up there. Go, red.
Zoo parade for 25 points.
Zoo parade 25, big one in that category is a visual question. Everybody look at the monitor. And if you don't recognize this is because a strange creature. A lion and a tiger bred. So, yes, ready?
A hybrid?
Not quite. Let me finish the question for Bladensburg. As Reddy just said, that is a hybrid. A lion and a tiger mated, and you are looking at a tiglon. Part tiger, part lion. That animal cannot reproduce, though, because it is sterile. Because when they mated, they had different numbers of these things that get passed along when you reproduce. Different numbers of what?
Genes.
Come on, give me another name.
DNA.
More. Where do you find these genes?
Blood cells.
No. Correct answer there is chromosomes. Chromosomes. Good try. No points. Go red.
Green things for 20 points.
Green things for 20. 20?
20 points. No, 25.
25. Because I think the 20-point question should have been taken already. That was, yes, the germinate one. So 25 points for green things is as follows. Two-part answer. Most of the oxygen we are breathing right now was produced by these tiny plants that live in the ocean through what food-making process?
What?
Two parts.
This is Justin.
All right, who's going to answer it? Justin, come on, man.
Photosynthesis?
And what kind of tiny plants do it?
Algae?
Algae, yes, sir. Way to go. Good. Go. Red.
Body systems for 25 points.
Body systems for 25 points. When you see space astronauts in space, walking in space, they wear these space suits. And, you know, if they didn't have the suit on, they would die.
I'm sorry, I didn't.
Well, what do you want to tell me?
I can't, I didn't need to.
Okay, I'll have to finish it for Ridgecrest. Ridgecrest, inside those spacesuits, what is being maintained so that those astronauts can continue to live? What is being maintained at a normal level?
Oxygen.
And what else? I need two things. Oxygen and what else?
Gravity.
Not gravity. Temperature or pressure. Temperature or pressure. All right, we're down to the last 5 questions. And Lauren, you get to choose. You're still in this game. Go.
Let's get physical for 25 points.
Get physical for 25 points. All right. If you know the Incredible Hulk, Bruce Banner, he transformed into the Hulk because these kinds of rays changed his DNA. What kind of rays from space changed Bruce Banner into the Incredible Hulk? Come on, Bladensburg.
Daniel.
Gamma rays?
Gamma rays, yes indeed. Good. Go. Red.
Science potpourri for green things for 5 points.
Again?
Science potpourri for 15 points.
Science potpourri for 15 points. Teams, the toughest natural protein fiber is this that is spun by spiders. Bladensburg.
Webs. Spider webs.
No, not webs. Ridgecrest.
Can you repeat the
I
question?
can. The strongest natural protein fiber is this that is spun by spiders. What you got? Correct answer is silk. Silk. Spider silk. Go again, please. Red. Lauren?
Green things for 5 points.
Green things for 5 points. Teams, in the fall every year, all kinds of foods start tasting like this giant squash. Bacon, lattes, everything is tasting like what kind of spice?
Pumpkin spice. Pumpkin
Who
spice.
rang? Did the green team rang in? All right, go.
Pumpkin spice.
Pumpkin, that's it. Good. Green, go. Oh, we're not going to go anywhere because that buzzer says our game has come to an end. It looks like, barely, Ridgecrest has done it. We'll verify that final tally and be right back with you. Don't go away. And welcome back. What a game we had here. That score tells you everything you need to know. Two wonderful teams here competing till the very end. They are all winners. Give yourselves a hand. All of you. You played a wonderful game. Our final tally today is Bladensburg 165, Ridgecrest 175. Congratulations to Cheryl and Reddy and to Andrea. We're going to see you in the semifinals. And look at the alternates back there on the Ridgecrest team. Wave as I call your name. Victoria, Caleb, Bertoni, and also their wonderful sponsor, Miss Allred, and their principals here, Miss Shipley. Thank you for coming out today. And Bladensburg, you guys played right till the very end. I thought you were going to do it. Justin and Lauren and Daniel, you couldn't have done any better here today. And look at all the alternates there on the Bladensburg team. Wave as I call your name. Bernice, Sophia, and Marco. And they have two wonderful coaches here, Miss Johnson, Miss Holmes and Mr. Johnson. And their principals here, Dr. Williams and Miss Battle. Thank you all for being here and supporting these wonderful young people here. We hope you enjoyed being with us as much as we enjoyed having you here. And we hope to see you next time on another edition of Science Bowl. Till then, I'm Dave Zarin. Bye-bye, everybody.